Welcome to ComSpark. Today we are live from Cambridge, Massachusetts at MIT, attending the Chief Data Officer Quality Symposium, where the top leaders in data are gathered across the world here. So joining me is Rich Robinson. Rich, how are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Rich is the head of open data with Bloomberg. Now, Rich, we've got a handful of questions that we're going to dive into. So if you don't mind, I'd say let's just get started.
Yeah, let's go.
Perfect. So if you could, give me a fun fact or discovery that you personally identified in your works dealing with data.
So in the data world, we tend to talk a lot about ontologies and semantics, and then throw technology at solutions for solving data. But there's little to no discussion of linguistics and applied linguistics. Data is like language, and data changes and evolves like language. And there's experts in applied linguistics that we haven't even touched into. Probably I've run into one person with linguistics background in the 20 years I've been dealing with standards
Wow.
and data and whatnot. I wrote a paper last November about using applied linguistics to solve standardization issues within financial services. Everybody thinks that, well, it's financial services. Everybody speaks the same language. And the data that underpins that language should be the same. But if you think about something like, if I just say price, it means different things to different communities and user communities within financial services. For the front office, it will mean the running trading price that's coming off an exchange, market data-wise. For an operations person, they're going to be thinking it's end-of-day price for valuation. So it comes from two different sources, means two different things. If you have those two communities talking to each other, they'll be talking about two different things. And then you split it across, say, by asset class. So equities people will price things in dollars and cents, and fixed income people talk about yield and percentages. So even the representation of that data is different. Trying to bring that together and within technology and standardization is all about simplifying and standardizing. Meanwhile, data and language is always constantly evolving and changing. So those two things work at complete opposites to each other. So being able to solve our data issues through pure technology without bringing in the experts from linguistics, I think it is going to continue to be a challenge for us. Even though we're talking ontologies and semantics, we're still trying to solve it from a technology perspective.
Great, I appreciate that. Quick follow-up, I guess, what do you see are some of the maybe top three barriers in regards to breaking that down and getting that linguistics going a little bit easier?
Well, subject matter expertise is probably the biggest one, and getting those people involved. Even if you look at the data programs, we all talk about analytics. And all the data programs in colleges and universities come out of the computer science department or the technology departments. They're not coming out of that more linguistics field side. So tapping into that side and bringing that in as an additional requirement within data professionals' lives and understanding that. You need people to understand technology, but they need to understand that data continuously evolves. And that is the challenge that we have to hit.
Wow, great, I appreciate that. I mean, what got you into the world of data? What drew you to this originally?
Like most people, I fell into it.
Okay.
I was doing operations at Bankers Trust and started doing some technology stuff. Understanding that, seeing problems, instead of solving the base problem that you see, I always look for root cause.
Okay.
So when you get into the root cause, you have to collect information from a lot of different sources, and you have to look at things a different way. So that means getting into the data. So to solve these problems, I went into standards. I got involved in a lot of standards organizations, and I believe that you can solve things through standards and technology. I also worked across a number of different firm types, so banks, brokers, industry infrastructure, companies like Bloomberg, and realized that one company I was at, which was Expedient, when I went and worked for a broker, the language was completely different. So they're using the same terms and they meant different things, which affected the data underneath it. So being able to classify that data and understand how it needs to transform to talk to other groups is what's continued driving my interest in data, as well as the conflict with the technology end and the standardization. So we want to standardize, but we need to be aware of the constant change. So it's a really interesting problem.
Sure.
And it's something that keeps you interested and always looking to find solutions for. And being that there's not a simple solution, it's a great challenge. It's a really interesting challenge, keeps me interested in the data area and world.
Where do you see what's your vision of data in the future from here?
Well, I keep talking about linguistics, but the future of data would be, it would be great if when we start talking to each other, we can understand the different user communities that we're based in, and then automatically understand that we need to translate to understand and talk with each other. So if you speak German, I speak Spanish, we start speaking to each other, understand, oh, well, we need to translate, right? Even if you look at dialects, Queen's English to American English to someone from the South, if someone said jumper, a lot of people in the States don't understand that jumper is like a sweater, and so just those dialect differences too, and being able to translate quickly and make understanding. And so the future for the data world would be when we jump into looking at data and understanding it and talking with other folks, we don't automatically assume things from our perspective. We understand where we are, but the first thing you should do is understand, okay, what user community they belong to and how does it differ? And how do we make the connections?
That's great, great. Well, I appreciate the time today, Rich. I really do.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Best of luck to you.
Okay, thanks. And you as well.
All right. For more information, please go ahead and check out comspark.tech.